Are you intimidated by stronger, bigger, and tougher guys than you? I know as a smaller guy, I was before I learned this move. And this move right here changed the whole game for me. I'm no longer, obviously I've been training kickboxing for a while and I've had some experience, but I'm actually no longer scared to fight a bigger guy or spar with a bigger, tougher guy than me because I learned this one move that I'm gonna show you in this video. Alright guys, my name's Chris. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to Sicat Kickboxing Club. If you've been following me for a while and you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. Subscribe, like this video if you get value out of it, and share this to anyone that wants to learn self-defense or just the art of kickboxing. And I also run a podcast, a martial arts podcast, where you could get a lot of value from. I talk to pros, I talk to just regular martial arts practitioners and hobbyists. And yeah, you can get a lot of value out of that and learn some skills along with these videos. Also, go on my website, sign up for my email list. It's chrissicat.com just to keep you updated. My whole goal is to make a strong Sicat kickboxing community for like-minded fighters and kickboxers like us. So I'm gonna get right into it. There's this one move back in my competitive days in San Diego where I do fight nights or like smokers, just exhibition matches. I would be I was around 145. I'd fight at around 145, but then there'd be guys that were 145 that were a lot bigger, like walking around naturally, that were way bigger than me, that were way taller than me. Like I think the tallest guy that I got into a competitive match with was, I think, close to 6 feet tall, like 5'9". So picture that. Like I'm going into the ring and this was, before I learned this actual move that I target on bigger guys every single time now. So picture this, me walking through the walkway, right? Like a WWE entrance. And I'm like looking towards there and this guy just like naturally outweighs me by like 20 pounds, but he had to cut weight. So I'm in the same ring with him and he's a lot lengthier and he has a lot more range. That seems pretty intimidating, I'm not gonna lie. Like especially walking out and you're in front of a crowd, an audience, and you're under the spotlight. But like I said, when my coach told me this one move and how to set it up, oh man, it changed the whole game for me. And that one move is the liver shot, okay? Like the thing is with the liver shot is that I don't care how tough and big you are or what race you are. I don't care like if you're 3 feet tall, I don't care if you're 6 feet tall, and it just doesn't matter about like your attributes at this point. If you hit this technique right, the liver shot will take anyone out. Just because if you hit the right liver, it can rupture it, but then when you hit it, your body shuts down. There's just no going about it. I don't care if your mindset is like tough. It's almost kind of like, I'd compare it to if you do jiu-jitsu, it's kind of like getting choked out. Once you get choked out, you're out like a light, right? I've mentioned this in a prior video. If you get choked out, then, well, you're just unconscious. Like you can't do anything about that, no matter how big or strong you are. That's the same thing with a liver shot. So first and foremost, the liver, to be very, very specific, the liver is going to be right here, okay? On my right side of the body, right here, okay? And I'm gonna show you, just because it's on this right side of my body here, people tend to hit the wrong spot. Like they think the liver is like right here to the very side. It's actually kind of like hidden in the front of your stomach, right? On more to right here. Here's your navel, here's your belly button, and then just move it a little bit, and it's gonna be right there, right? It's in between your side, and it's between the very middle of your stomach. Again, a lot of people mistake it from being all the way over here, okay? They think it's like the kidney shot or something like that. At least if you're not trained to do so. And that's the thing about like kickboxing and just fighting in general. A lot of people, and it is, a lot of people think it's like how tough you are and you know your strength and your attributes, but it's also an IQ thing, right? You have to know this stuff. So the reason why I'm saying that is that, yeah, most people don't know where the liver's at. Well, how can you hit it if you don't know where it's at, right? If you're hitting over here, that's not really gonna do anything, like, you know? But then if you hit it right here in the spot, like I said, in between the navel and here on the side of your hip, then, oh man, there's so many examples, and you could look it up, of particularly Nicky Holstein. He's like a world-renowned kickboxer. And he goes for the liver, right? That's part of the reason why I do it now. But along with my MMA coach, more importantly, is that he taught me against bigger guys, they will drop. They will drop if you hit them in the right spot. So one of my favorite ways to hit the liver is obviously I want to dip down like this, right? And not dip down too low, because of course we're doing kickboxing. And if you dip down too low, like a boxer, right? Like you're slipping like a boxer and you're rolling like a boxer, this, and then you're rolling too low. Well, guess what? Boom, right? You got the knee. And I mentioned that in prior videos, so go watch those. What you want to do is just slip barely right here, right? Don't go too low again, but then you slip and then boom, all right? Slip, boom, okay? Watch on this camera over here. I'm gonna do it on this bag. So I'm just gonna like pretty much slap it with my hand, right? Because I don't have gloves on, but the point is to be technical about this move, and you don't even have to hit it hard. Like that spot in the liver, you can literally touch it, and if you hit the right technique and if you hit the right spot, that just goes, they're just going down. That's why it's so important to have the proper technique, all right? So I'm gonna show you. When on this bag, I'm gonna dip down, like I said, and then I'm going to go boom, like that, okay? So I'll do it again. Boom, right here, right? And picture this, again, picture it as in you're hitting between the stomach and the very, very side. So you're coming right here, right there, okay? So technically that's what I'm doing on the bag. I'm dipping down, right? This is the easiest, like, I guess you could say setup, but I'm gonna show you other setups to disguise the move so that they don't see it coming, okay? So I'm gonna dip down and again, boom, all right? Dip down, not too low, boom, okay? One more time, in slow-mo. I'm going to dip, here's the liver right here, pretend it's the liver, and then boom, okay? And again, if you hit them in the right spot, just right here, you don't even have to hit them at 100%. I'd probably say 50%. What I forgot to mention earlier was that I've been hit with a liver shot myself. And honestly, it's something that I can barely explain. You just go down because your whole body shuts down. Like you have to literally like get on your knees or just lay down because you just feel kind of like you got the wind knocked out of you. But again, it's just your body shutting down. I don't even know how to explain it. It's almost like getting knocked out from your body, but you're still conscious. Like it's not a good place to be, and it hurts, and it takes a while for you to like get up, all right? That's why it's so crucial. Now, I'm going to show you how I like to set it up, and it's super basic because everything I do is basic because 95% of what you're gonna do in kickboxing are basics, okay? So one of the ways I like to set it up, this is my favorite way to set it up, is I'm going to throw this 2 right here, right? I'm gonna throw this 2, you see that? I can either hit him with the 2, but that's not what I'm going for. I'm actually just disguising it to dip down and go for the body shot, okay? It's just a disguise. It's a smoker is what we call it. It's like a, I guess you could say, yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's the perfect word for it. It's a disguise to hit him with a body shot, right? So you're throwing smoke, So this is gonna be the smoke, boom, and then look, boom. You see that? Okay? Because the reason for this, the reason behind this is that because when I throw, they're gonna be distracted up top, right? So technically, when I throw that too, they're going to cover up like this because they don't want to get hit with it, right? And for me, I'm not intentionally trying to hit them hard with it. Again, I'm just trying to distract them. And there's a few ways to that. You can hit them, boom, right? And then go for the body shot. Or you can actually just blind them. Look, open palm, or if you have boxing gloves on, big ass boxing gloves, you can actually blind them here, right? Open, put your palm or put your wrist up like this, palm up, and then boom. So technically you don't have to hit them. You could just stick it out, cover their eyes or cover their face, and then once that, you could even let go of it, but once you let go of it, boom, you hit them with a body shot. That is my very, very favorite. You could even add a jab and then go in for a 2 and then hit them with a body. So again, watch. A combination here, look. Boom, okay? You're just setting them up before the actual liver shot, okay? I'll do it one more time. Boom, boom, boom. You see, I'm not dipping too low, but I'm hitting them down here in the liver. I'm shifting my weight, not coming down too low, and boom, okay? Do it again. I'll go 1 cross, this is my distraction, boom, hit the liver, all right? Real time, boom, okay? Boom, all right? That is my favorite way. Very, very quickly, I want to mention this as a bonus. You're in luck because one of the people that I trained with, his name is Jordan Levitt, aka the Monkey King. He's in the lightweight division of the UFC, pro fighter, UFC badass, and this is what he actually taught me when we were sparring. Like, he was doing this to me the whole time, and I was like, oh my goodness, like, can you please stop doing that? Like, we were playing around, you know, playing with what we could do with sparring and helping each other out. He was mostly helping me out, but he did this, right? So what he liked to do was make him flinch. He liked to make him flinch with the tie hop, okay? And again, I did a video on the tie hop, so go check that out. So what he did was he'd come here, he'd tie hop, and then go for the liver. Now, the reason why he did that is that because it makes you freeze. It makes you freeze, it makes you kind of like, you don't want to get kneed, because if you're doing a tie hop, right? If you're doing a tie hop, you're literally like going forward and you're coming with attack, and it's almost like you're blitzing, but then you're showing them something, like you're baiting them. It's almost like a feint, all right? When you feint, you make them freeze. So say I feint, not fully, but then they'll go kind of like that, or they'll just cover up, right? Like a human punching bag. Check out that video. But yeah, very quickly, that's why he does it, because he fakes the attack and then people shell up like a human punching bag, and then you can literally hit him right in the liver. So when he does this, and he goes high, okay? Mind you, he goes high, meaning he won't just do this, he'll over-exaggerate it and go high with the knee, and then boom, to the liver. Because by then, they're covering up. They're covering up like this, and then that gives you the opening, right? If you cover up like this, look what's open, right there, right? You don't want to get a flying knee to the face, like the Jorge Masvidal and Ben Askren one. Like, I'd rather get knocked out any other way than a knee to the face, because that like breaks your jaw, that literally takes you out and into the shadow realm, which I think is kind of funny how they say that, but it's not funny getting knocked out, but you know. But anyway, look, I'll show it again. Boom, okay? He's literally faking it. So again, boom, all right? They freeze up, and then you have the open spot for the liver. And that's it for the video, guys. Make sure to like this video if you got value out of it, subscribe if you haven't done so yet, and check out the podcast. I promise you, you will get a lot of value with it. It's a self-improvement podcast. And yeah, the guy that I just mentioned, Jordan Levitt, the UFC lightweight, he's on there. So go check that out. Self-improvement podcast, martial arts tips on, you know, martial arts podcast, from anything from kickboxing to jiu-jitsu to wrestling, whatever your discipline is. And I'll see you on the next video.